So, interesting story. I was out the other day and passing by an ice cream shop, and there was a guy out there talking to his friends, and he was slightly overweight. And I heard him say, no, I'm not going to have any ice cream. The body you see in front of you is not a result of eating sweets. I don't really eat that many sweets. It's the carbs. The carbs are killing me. And I thought that was interesting, because people make carbs the enemy. But you know what? Vegetables are carbs, fruits are carbs. A lot of things have carbs in them. And I think the definition of carbs has become so distorted over time that people are conflating it with ice cream and sweets. And there's different kind of carbs. There's, obviously the simple processed carbs that he was probably referring to, which is in the ice cream, in the cakes, in the donuts, in a lot of, again, processed foods. You go to a restaurant, a lot of times that food is processed. You buy food in a box. You buy food shrink wrapped in a bag. A lot of time that is processed food, and a lot of those processed foods are unfortunately processed carbs. So yes, those carbs are not good for you. They're not ideal for you. But what about the other carbs? There's carbs in fruits, there's carbs in vegetables. Should you be avoiding all carbs? Are they the enemy? And absolutely not. People avoid carbs, and I don't think they understand why, because again, of the insulin spike. If you're spiking your insulin, you're putting your body in fat storage mode. And those processed carbs do it instantly. A lot of fruits, they have simple sugars. They can do it as well, but not as quickly in many cases, because when you're eating a fruit, you're also getting the fiber. Drinking the fruit juice, that is a different story. A lot of vegetables have a lot of carbs in them. There's complex carbs, though, and those carbs do not really do much to insulin. There's maybe a small spike, but they're not going to be driving that sugar into fat cells in your body. So I just wanted to clear that up, because carbs are not the enemy. The term carb has kind of taken on this spooky, evil, fat-laden umbrella, which it isn't. There's plenty of good carbs out there, and there's plenty of bad carbs. So next time you hear someone say, "Oh, I'm cutting carbs," ask them why, and they'll probably say, "Oh, I don't want to have the sugar. I don't want to have the the donuts." I'll say, "What about the vegetables? Do you have vegetables?" "Well, yeah, I have vegetables." Well, those are carbs, right? There's carbs and fiber in there. And they may kind of give you a funny look. A lot of people have kind of lost that. That used to be common sense years and years ago. And now, again, carbs are just conflated with processed junk food. And that isn't the case. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just wanted to share that with you. And again, just a friendly reminder, fasting, which is also known as intermittent fasting, time restrictive eating, the purpose of that is to partition your carbs intake, or more accurately, your insulin spikes, so they happen much less frequently at a much lower spike, allowing your body to spend more time in fat burning mode, which is where and when you start to actually access the fat on your body, which is there for storage. It is there for you to use. And as long as you're keeping that insulin high, you are not able to access that, so you just keep storing. You drop that insulin down, your body can then become metabolically flexible. It can burn that sugar, but it can also start burning that fat. And burning that fat is where you want to be, where most people are striving to get, and they just kind of missed the boat on how to actually get there. And intermittent fasting, time restrictive eating is the absolute quickest and healthiest way to do so. Just wanted to share that. Again, any links for resources, they are in my bio. Feel free to grab them.